اوکی توکی ونزدی یا همون چهارشنبه ترسناک یه سریه که هر چهارشنبه میشینیم ما فیلم های ترسناک کوتاه رو با هم میبینیم. این سری خلاصه میشه در فیلم های ترسناک کوتاه، انیمیشن های ترسناک کوتاه. بین واسه خودتون یه چیپس، ماسموسی و یه دونه آب بیارید و بدون هیچ معطلی ویدیو اول. انیمیشن اول این هفتمون اسمش Unlucky Charms و توسط SCARIEST Animation آپلود شده. Let's get it.
Nice try, leprechaun. No magic munchos for you. Magic munchos.
Magic Muncho.
Of a complete breakfast.
انیمیشن سه بعدی آوردم واسهتون.
خیلی ممنون.
اوکی اگه این سه تا رو پیدا کنن داخل این ماجیک مانچو بهشون یه جایزه بزرگ میده. عجب کیفیتی داره این انیمیشن. انیمیشن سه بعدی خفن. او 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 شوت. Yeah! او همه جا خاموش شد. همه چراغ خاموش شد. وو او وی Oh my goodness. Cheetos. نمیتونی فرار کنی. اوکی بنداز اون بر بنداز. چرا جلوی در انداختی؟ احمق بیشور. بدو الان فرصت شه. بدو اوه عجب پرتابی کرد. هدشات کویک سکوپ هدشات. کجا اومدی تو الان؟ اوه What? No way. زیادی ماجیک مانچو خوردی عزیز دلم. واو عجب انیمیشن خبر. ای 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 موشن کپچر. نه بابا نایس نایس. Something's Airy Productions. Nice man, nice. ویدیو بعدی این هفتمون اسمش هست Free True Santa Claus Horror Stories Animated که قراره دوتاشو با هم ببینیم توسط IMR Scary Tale Story 1.
The year was 2017. And like every holiday season, I was sitting in a mall all decked up in my red and white Santa attire. The white bushy beard had made me sneeze thrice already. Kids were coming up to me with their highly imaginative Christmas lists and
چه جوری و چه جرأتی کسی که این قیافه رو داره میرین میشینین کنارش و باهاش حرف میزنین. هر کسی که اینقدر احمق باشه باید این بلا سرش بیاد بدون هیچ شک و تردیدی.
taking pictures with me. The parents gathered around and watched their kids with joy. This one toddler came, and I suppose it was his first time meeting or even seeing Santa Claus. As I took him on my lap, he stared at my big white beard and then peed himself out of fear. I felt an unnatural warmth running down my leg. I lifted the boy under the armpits, set him on his feet next to the chair, and stood up. He started crying, realizing that he had wet himself in front of Santa Claus. His blonde mom came and took him away. I was thinking to...
خب میترسی چرا میشینی؟ ترسی چرا میای بغلم؟ واقعا هم ترسناک خدایی.
Go out for a smoke when someone yelled, Santa! Santa, I want to click a picture with you! I turned around and saw a man in his late 40s standing in the crowd staring at me with a weird smile and jolly eyes.
فرض کن یه نفر داد بزن که آره من میخوام با تو عکس بگیرم بعد اینجوری نگاهتون کنه. واقعا باش عکس میگیریم. نه عکس میگیریم واقعا.
Grown-ups too take pictures with me, so I didn't hesitate and said, Sure, come. I sat down again and he walked up to me. I was adjusting my fake beard when the man sat down on my lap like it was a very normal thing to do. Hey, what are you doing? What? This is how people take pictures with you. No, that's just kids. Get up. But surprisingly, he didn't get up and took out a Polaroid camera from his pocket and said, Can you please look at the camera and smile for me, Santa? Excuse me, but you need to get up from my lap. I had to scream because the man wasn't getting it. All the people in the mall looked at us and noticed the tension. The man chuckled creepily and said, Don't worry, I'm not gonna pee on your lap. Let's take the picture, okay? Be a nice Santa now. I was stunned by his behavior. He was a second away from taking the photo when I pushed him hard and he fell to the floor.
Oh.
He broke a tooth and I saw it roll away, sprinkling blood on the white mall floor.
What? کارت تمومه بابا نوئل. Santa Claus, you are dead.
I got up thinking he will come at me now and prepared myself for a big chaotic fight.
Oh, come on, بیا عزیزم بیا اینجا ببینم تو چند تا داری. What you got? Come on man. Yeah man. Yeah. دارم با خودم چیکار میکنم من.
He stood back, looked at me, and then smiled, flashing his hurt jaw with a missing tooth.
جوکر؟
Smile was sinister. This isn't over yet, Santa. And he walked away. I stayed in the mall for another 3 hours, but didn't see the man around. Finally, the session ended, and I changed into my regular clothes to head
بله
home.
الانه
I
که
lived nearby and
کارت
wanted to save the
تمومه.
money for the bus, so I decided to walk home. The streets were almost empty. A thick layer of snow and chilling cold made smoke come out of my mouth every time I breathed. I reached home without any trouble and was unlocking the door when I felt someone was watching me. I turned around and saw nothing but the tall street light standing across the street. Man, I'm tired. I went inside and closed the door. There was some leftover lasagna from last night. I tossed the food in the oven to warm up and went to take a shower. Oh, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. When I came out of the bathroom, I heard the oven beep. Oh, food. Here I come. I changed into my pajamas and stepped into the kitchen to finally eat. As I opened the oven lid, I almost got a heart attack. What the? Somebody had placed a dead rat over my lasagna, and the heat squished it into a blobby ball of flesh, fur,
Oh
and
my
filthy liquid, dripping
God.
all over the lasagna. Hello, Santa. I recognized the voice, and a cold shiver ran down my spine as I slowly moved my head towards the source of the voice. It was that crazy dude from the mall. He smirked as our eyes met. He was standing in my house. I wanted to punch myself for not closing the main door. Did you miss me? 'Cause I can tell you did. I missed you too, Santa. Take me in your lap, please. Saying this, he started dancing and singing the same song, which I was singing.
این مرد دیوونه است. این مرد خودش نیست. نمیدونه داره چی کار میکنه. هیچ وقت با اونجور آدم اصلا درگیر نشین.
In the shower. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Isn't that what you were singing? So, that means... Yep, I was watching you. You want to know a secret? Saying this, he licked his lips and added, I liked what I saw in there.
Got him!
I
Dude.
realized this man was a nut job. I quickly went to grab the kitchen knife for my defense from this freak, but found it missing. Oh, are you looking for this? The freak already took the knife. What do you want? I already told you that before. I wanted to sit on your lap, but you pushed me. Do you have any idea how tough it is to get Santa's attention when you grow up? Do you? But I'm not the real Santa Claus, you know? Shut up! You're as real as me! And you'll take me onto your lap, and then I will curve this big forever smile on your face so we can take a picture to remember! He lunged at me with the knife, but I moved and he missed.
Whoa!
My head hit the kitchen side, and I heard a skull cracking sound. Even though he hit his head, he did not...
عجب جا خالی داد. واو.
Rather, got up with a huge bump on his forehead and began coming at me
What?
with the knife
چیزیت
again.
نشد؟
I quickly got into my room and locked the door.
آدم
Get the hell
نیستم.
away from my house or I'm calling the cops, psycho! Come on, just one picture. I wouldn't kill you. Just one picture, Santa. I'm dialing 911 now. Ah! Why can't you let me have my moment? It's Christmas! But I was done with his bullshit. I told the 911 operator
زنگ
about
بزن.
this home intrusion
زنگ بزن
and waited
پلیس.
for the cops to arrive. The man pleaded and banged and kicked on my door for the next 10 minutes. When he realized he can't get in, he stopped. Everything went silent. I slowly walked to the door and placed my
صبر کن
ear on
پلیسا
it to
بیاد.
hear his footsteps.
اوه
Did I get you, Santa? That's when I heard the cop siren in distance. Fine, I will leave. Hope I can get my picture next year. Merry Christmas. I sat on the floor, My heart was beating like a wild horse. His footsteps finally faded away. Though I reported this guy to the cops, he was never caught. I changed my address and definitely not taking up the dressing up Santa job this year.
واو همیشه دنبالش بوده.
خنده مثل جوکر هم داشت. جوکر بود 100%.
آخرین ویدیو این هفتمون اسمش از 3 True Santa Claus Stories Animated و دومین داستانشون.
Dreams always come true. What would you do if you lived that phrase in your own flesh? Or rather, what would you do if your dreams come true, but you only have nightmares?
خیلی خوب میشه اگه رویان به حقیقت تبدیل میشه. البته نه کابوس ها، رویا و خواب های خوب و قشنگ که میبینیم خیلی خفن میشه.
I will now tell you how as a child, all my nightmares came true in one night. And if it wasn't for a stroke of luck and a lot of help, that nightmare would still be tormenting me every day until it took me with it. The nightmare started when I was just an 8-year-old girl. My parents were worried about me. I had a lot of sleep disorders and I was doing poorly in school because I was always tired. They didn't understand what was wrong with me, and I can't blame them. I never told them what I was going through.
خیلی بده که شبا نتونی بخوابی. بیخوابی داشته باشی، بعد دیگه صبح نه تو دانشگاه نه تو مدرسه و نه تو هیچ کاری نمیتونی بکنی چون کلا خسته ای.
I was terrified of falling asleep. I used to stay awake as long as I could. At some point, my eyes would close and I would have to face my nightmares. They were always the same. I was at home, dressed in a Christmas sweater. I heard a noise in the dining room, and I went over to see if it was Santa Claus with my presents. When I get to the dining room, Santa has his back turned. Alerted by the noise I make, he turns around and looks at me. Something's wrong. His face. Santa is not my friend.
My God.
Santa is a monster. Santa stares at me. I can't move. I can't do anything. And he knows it. Suddenly, he walks towards me with his hands raised, ready to catch me. Everything goes black, but I feel strong pain in my head. Suddenly, full of sweat and in tears, I woke up. That horrendous dream tormented me for years and years. Until one day, when I had already turned 14, I decided to abandon my dreams and enter my house on Christmas. Meg, are you sure you don't want to go to your uncle's house with us?
No, Dad, I'm fine. I'm just really sleepy. I feel like I can sleep today if I stay.
I lied. I just didn't want to go to my uncle's house. I don't know why, but I always try to avoid him. Okay. Are you sure? Your uncle always asks for you. Since your aunt passed away, he doesn't see you. He must go sooner or later.
Of course, Dad. I will. I just feel like I can rest. I feel so bad.
Okay. Well, if you regret it, just call us and we'll come for you immediately. We are only a few kilometers away. As soon as my parents left, I made myself a coffee.
تا اینکه زنگ بزنه پدرش بیاد در خونه بسته نشده باشه بتونه درو باز کنه.
I was very sleepy, but it was Christmas and I had to avoid sleeping at all costs, at least until the 26th. I was whisking my coffee in the kitchen, staring blankly, until a sound coming from the dining room alerted me. Confused, I put down the coffee and grabbed a knife, carefully approaching the source of the noise. When I saw the source of the sound, I froze. It was someone dressed as Santa Claus in the same position as in my dreams. Santa turned around and had exactly the same face I saw for so long when I closed my eyes.
No. No. This has to be a dream.
I pinched myself as hard as I could, but I was in pain. This was not a dream.
Oh my God.
This was happening.
Who are you? What do you want?
چاقو رو بکن تو
Why are you
سرش.
chasing me? Why are you doing this to me? No! Get away from me!
اوه تو سرش کجا
It may be
زدی؟
repeating the same thing as in the dream, but this was real life, and I wasn't going to stand by while he attacked me. With Santa's distraction, I ran into the bathroom and locked the door. On the other side, I could hear banging, kicking, and even headbutting. Santa was trying to get in.
Get away from me! My parents just went to get something. They'll be here any minute.
I was lying. My parents weren't coming for hours. As soon as I said this, the banging stopped. Had I scared him? Now I just had to be patient. Wait for the right moment to run out of the house.
اوه
How did you get in here? The door's locked. There's no way you could have gotten in.
ببین این سانتا کلازه یا این پدره است یا اون عمو است که نمیخواست بره خونه اونا. یکی از
I
ایناست.
stood up to open the door and escape, but the very lock I put on it was what gave Santa enough time to grab me by the hair and pull me into his bag. Inside it, I kicked, resisted, and tried to break it, but nothing worked. This was not a normal bag. In the dark, I felt blows all over my body, as if Santa was pulling me down the staircase. I screamed and screamed as much as I could. I closed my eyes and cried, surrendering, until suddenly I heard a familiar voice. Megan, what's wrong with you?
My baby, what happened to you?
What?
I opened my eyes again, and there was no Santa near me. I wasn't even in the bag. Megan, are you okay? Are you hurt?
Dad, Mom, where's Santa? He was carrying me down the stairs. Santa? Sweetheart, you were alone. We both saw you falling down the stairs by yourself.
We came back because we forgot the presents for your cousins. When we arrived, we saw you falling down the stairs alone.
نه
Nobody
بابا.
here.
Meg, we're your parents. Trust us. There's something you're not telling us.
Fortunately, I had been unharmed by the fall. My mother helped me up and escorted me to the kitchen table, while my father made me tea. It was hard, but I told them everything. After that, I went to a lot of psychologists and also told them about my dreams. After many years and some hypnosis therapy sessions, I discovered that just as I was hiding things from my parents, my brain was hiding things from me. With the psychologist in front of me, I had Santa's dream again. But this time, it was not a dream. It was a memory. I was only 8 years old. I heard Santa Claus in the dining room, so I went to spy on him dropping off presents. I found Santa, but when I saw his face, I realized it wasn't Santa. It was my uncle in disguise. He wasn't dropping off presents. He was choking my aunt, who was on the floor crying. I screamed, terrified, not understanding what was happening. This alerted my uncle, who turned around and looked at me. What are you doing?
Santa? What's going on? I don't understand you.
Furious and clearly under the effects of some heavy drug, my uncle walked quickly towards me and without my reacting, threw me against the wall and hit my head. When they woke me up the next day, my parents thought I had fallen. I didn't remember anything. When I talked to my parents about it, they both went to confront my uncle. My father fought with him, and in the middle of the fight, my cousins were almost my age. They burst into tears and asked us for help, yelling at us that not only did my uncle beat them, but they had witnessed how he killed my aunt a year after that Christmas. It has been 10 years since it happened. My uncle's in jail, and my cousins live with me and my parents. With a lot of time and therapy, I stopped dreaming about Santa and started to enjoy Christmas. I spent my whole life thinking about how to escape the monster of my dreams, when in reality they were just trying to warn me that this monster was real and was much closer than I thought.
واو عجب داستان خفن و باحالی بود. خب ویدیو همون این هفته تموم شد و توی هفته بعدی ویدیوهای خفن دیگر یا با هم دیگه خواهیم دید. سپوکی ونزدی. Cause my name is Nintendo.